Hey folks, Joshua Taylor here. We're going to do a quick demo, the Rent Turners Wellness Survey. Keep it nice and short for you. Some information pulled from different stores, all within the beta group, to give you a basic understanding of what the output report kind of looks like. It's much shortened. We're not going to go into deep diving to keep it short. We can go as many depths into the water as you'd like once you've submitted the survey. And then we can do comparisons against the beta group until we get another big pile of data in there. So this particular store, average survey time, 11 minutes. This particular store, 2 pop-out training pieces, average 1.6 on do you feel you adequately trained for the work you do? Obviously with 60% answering 2 or below, the answer is no. Your training goals are being met, average 1.55. 79% answered 2 or below, so only 20% of the shop felt their training goals are being met. So this particular shop, if I was a service manager, if a mechanic asked me for a raise, I'm going to ask, what's your training level? Have you got your level 2 complete? Have you got your level 3 complete? This particular shop, highest producers, highest earners, are the highest brand educated, highest ASE certified, or most ASE certified, and the most experienced by a large margin. This particular shop had a very big disparity between mid and high level techs. There wasn't a whole lot in the middle, and there wasn't a whole lot that were making in the $60, $70, $80,000 range in terms of income. It was like 40, 45 ish, and then 80 plus. A very big disparity, and that's really where that training comes into play. This particular shop, in the Shop Life 20, some quick wins that came out of it. This shop has some great quick wins. No monetary value involved in getting this shop working. Get the tool room clean, get the special tools organized, get them where they need to go, fix or replace or whatever you need to do with the special tools. Deep clean the shop. I can't tell you how often this comes up in the top 5. Deep clean the shop. No person wants to come in that shop, no matter how greasy, grimy, dirty the job is, no matter what part of the country, north, south, east, or west, how much snow, how little snow, how much heat, sun, whatever. Keep the shop clean. Can't emphasize that more. And this particular one, the training goals was in the tank. Absolutely in the tank. Just review the training goals. Talk to each person with a one-to-one. Find out what it is they want to be doing. What do they want to specialize in if they want to specialize? Do they want to be a generalist? Do they want to be a diagnostician? Do they want to be a transmission person? Find out what it is they want to do and get them on a training path and get it written so they know that, okay, if I achieve this level 2 in transmissions by the end of the year, I'm going to make an extra $2 an hour, an extra $3 a flat rate hour, or something like that, where they have a progression where the training goals, not only are they going to be more successful because they have better training, but they're going to be more successful financially because you're going to reward them. That's just easy peasy. It doesn't cost you anything unless you pay for training. That's a different story, but it's not going to cost you anything to lay out a plan because they still have to achieve it. Particular shop, average reported income, $58,000. If that shop, based on their base rate of pay, so no spiffs, no bonuses, no efficiency, productivity, bonuses, such and such like that. If they did 100% of productivity and 100% efficiency, they'd make $10,000 more on average. That's not a small chunk of change. That's a huge chunk of change. That's how poorly this particular shop was producing. The challenge then becomes is that in that same area where this shop is, the cost of living in that area is $58,000. So their self-reported income on average, again, there's no context there on the average, but the average self-reported income is $58,000. The cost of living in that area is $58,000, which means even at that high rate, $58,000, $60,000, that's a roughly a good wage. That's cost of living. That's paycheck to paycheck. So that's how important getting them to that 100% productivity and 100% efficiency is, because that's going to give them an extra $800 in their pocket every month. Different shop management software, inadequate. Yielded a load score. Why are they having difficulties? Do they need training on how to use it? Are they having complications? Is there a glitch? Is there something that IT needs to be called? All of these things could be affecting their ability to produce, their ability to get new ROs, get on the right ROs, respond to the ROs quickly, easily, simply. all of those kinds of things. Have that conversation. This particular shop needs to have a conversation. What's wrong with the DMS? Is there something wrong with the DMS, or do I need to get you guys trained? Some high-level 30,000 foot view information based on the beta group. This is how it's split up currently. I have a feeling that based on this information, I'm going to split it up even more. There's going to be probably 2 more categories. So it's a much more neat, not as combined categories. We had 0 to 2, 3 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, 16 to 24, and 25 plus. It's a fairly good round 6, but I think I'd like to split it up a little bit more to get more context, because that's going to help you guys make better buying decisions. For example, when we look at the 6 to 10 year category at 30% of the beta group fitting in that category, which means 30% of the people out there that might be looking at coming to work for you for some reason, if you've got an ad out or like to move and know that you guys are there, you being the service manager or them as a mechanic having context, because Glassdoor and Indeed and Monster don't give context, right? They give you a range. You know, the technicians make from $25,000 a year to $150,000 a year. That's not helpful. But you as a service manager, you want to make the best buying decision when you're buying a technician. You say, okay, if they've got 6 to 8 years in the trade, they've got 3 ASE certifications, they're at least level 3 brand certified. That group of people in that very narrow category, they make on average, say, $67,800 a year. That's going to help you make those better buying decisions as we accumulate data beyond the beta group. A different shop again, feedback. They have an opportunity to just give feedback. There's some open short form places where they can put in a paragraph, give some basic feedbacks. And some of this is corroborative based on their answers in the Shop Life 20. So this particular shop, mechanics are definitely not satisfied. They had an absolute pitiful LSS score of, I believe it was like 12, which is that's really low, really low. Making any change is going to be a challenge in that same group. However, if you do make a positive change in any way, shape, or form, even a small positive change is going to have a massive effect on the whole shop. Conversely, this shop, the really experienced technicians in the shop, so the 16 plus years in the trade, dumped on the service advisors, gave them 0s or 1s at best out of 3, which means their service advisors in this particular shop are not communicating well. They're not doing well in the service drive with the technicians. They're not saying exactly what they need. The ROs are poorly written, or they're not communicating what exactly needs to be done when the technician has questions. This particular shop had really poor or no perceived training path at all, like we discussed previously in a different shop, and their pay plans were unclear. Training data. So the average, the group average in the beta group, the average is 2.3, meaning level 2 and change completed as an average. This particular store scored a 1.9, so level 1 completed or more. So low on the training scale. And to give you context, the life satisfaction score, extremely satisfied, is a score of 31 to 35 out of 35. Extremely dissatisfied, 5 to 9. You can't score lower than a 5. This particular store, you see on the right-hand side here, high score of 31. Extremely sad. So they had one person, 31. But they also had at least one person who couldn't score lower. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing. Wrenchers Online was born out of a necessity to help mechanics not be on the top 5 list by suicide by profession. I want to remove as many mechanics from that list as a statistic as possible. That low score is why I'm here. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Income data prepared. This is overlaying income based on their score, the life satisfaction score, the LSS. So in the beta group, 19 or less, average 34K. In this particular store, interestingly, average income is 31.5 or 51.5. On the beta group, 20 to 36, neutral or more, average income 48K. In this store, neutral or more, 20 to 36, their average income was 44. So their average income was lower by $7,000 in their own store on average, based on the LSS score. But it was even lower than the neutral or more on the beta group. Interesting. However, the standards of practice down at the bottom. Folks making 80K or more, their average LSS score was 26 in the beta group. It was 28 in this particular store. And both the beta group and this particular store individually were making more than 100 grand. That's the big divergent here to learn. The average so far, cumulatively, if they make less than 80K, the average doesn't seem to surpass about $55,000 a year. However, once they make 80K or more, the average goes way up. It nearly doubles or more. That's why it's so important that life satisfaction scores be high. What we got to do to help them be better in the shop, help them live happier lives in the shop. How much more they're going to make for themselves, how much more they're going to make for the shop. Beta group average, 18.5. This particular store, 17.9. Almost 18. So you see the disparity. Not a whole lot of difference. But it's that subtle difference that comes up, that half a point, where on the 80K or more, you saw it was $6,000 or $7,000 more. If you're interested in doing this for your store, it's free. Automotive dealership and franchise repair shops, service managers, reach out. You want to book it? Shoot me an email, joshua@justworkcar.com. Cell 1416-550-7699. Yes, I am Canadian. We're doing it for free. All right, we're doing it for free right now. Reach out, or if you'd like more information, check out wrenchturners.online. Reach out to me on LinkedIn, Mr. Joshua Taylor. Anything I can do to help my community. Anything I can help. I want to get these guys off that top 5 list. That is not a top 5 list I want any of my community to be on. Not anymore. Not on my watch. Thank you very much for listening. Have yourself a great day.